Please welcome Caroline Joy Geringer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's hear it for Caroline and her beautiful rendition of our national anthem. It's now time to meet our 16-car starting field for 60 laps around Worldwide Technologies Raceway. Starting 16th on the field out of Kaufman, Texas in the 48, it's Nathan Moore. And to his inside from the 15th starting spot all the way from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, that's Dave Berkheimer. Starting 14th on tonight's feature event field from Shelbyville, Indiana, the 32, it's Greg Corey. And to Corey's inside, starting 13th on tonight's field, the 2020 Silver Crown Rookie of the Year from Fort Collins, Colorado, it's Brian Gossel. Starting 12th on tonight's feature event field from Edwardsville, Illinois, in the number 2 machine, that's Patrick Lawson. And to Lawson's inside from right down the road here in St. Louis, Missouri, this is Kyle Steffens in the 08. Rolling off 10th on tonight's feature event field. He won this race last year out of Boise, Idaho in the number 14. That's Davey Hamilton Jr. And to his inside, starting 9th. He's had good runs here in the past. We'll see if he can put another good one together tonight from Auburn, Illinois. In the 60, it's Mario Klauser. Nathan Bird will start on the outside of row number 4 in the 8th spot in car number 40 from Scottsdale, Arizona. To his inside, starting 7th in the Helmgarden Racing Nothing to Drink number 91 out of Ione, California, it's JG Justin Grant. Starting on the outside of row number 3 in the 6th spot, she comes to us out of Muskogee, Oklahoma, the first woman to ever win a USAC Silver Crown race. We'll see if she can repeat the feat here tonight. It's Kaylee Bryson. And to Bryson's inside, last year's USAC Silver Crown champion out of Sutter, California, it's Logan Seavey. To the outside of row number 2, he won earlier this year out at Madison from Newcastle, Indiana. And the number 5, it's Dakota Armstrong. And to his inside from Greenfield, Indiana, the number 6 of C.J. Leary. And now to your front row. This team's had a heck of a day. The driver from Franklin, Massachusetts, the 98 of Bobby Santos III. And your pole sitter for tonight's feature event. He comes to us from Kingsburg, California, in the Doran Binks Racing 77, 7-time champ, Cody Swanson. That is your starting feature event field. 60 laps, 75 miles the distance. And now it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Race fans, let's welcome to the stage our Grand Marshal for the Rankin College Technical College Silver Crown Shootout presented by Welch Heating and Cooling. Butch Welch, president of Welch Heating and Cooling, to deliver the most famous words in racing.
USAC, Silver Crown drivers, start your engines.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Worldwide Technology Raceway and tonight's presentation of the United States Auto Club featuring the USAC Silver Crown National Championship. It is the Rankin Technical College Silver Crown Showdown presented by Welch Heating and Cooling. The drivers have been introduced, the anthem has been sung, the prayer has been said, and with that, the cars will begin to roll down pit lane. And problems for Santos, the crew trying to get that car to fire. So officials watching on, the crew going back to advise. So if you're joining us on the broadcast, again, Cody Swanson, Bobby Santos III, slated for the front row, CJ Leary, Dakota Armstrong, slated for row number 2, Logan Seavey and Kaylee Bryson, row number 3, Justin Grant, Nathan Berner, row number 4, Mario Klauser, Davey Hamilton Jr. in row number 5, Kyle Steffens and Patrick Lawson, row number 6, Brian Gossel and Greg Corey, row number 7, Dave Berkheimer and Nathan Moore in row number 8. Another driver needing a push down the pit lane. That is the 48 of Nathan Moore, driver to Kaufman, Texas. Racing action continuing this weekend for the USAC Silver Crown National Championship. Tomorrow it is one of the crown jewels, the Dirt Mile at Illinois State Fairgrounds, the 61st running of the Benthausen 100, featuring the USAC Silver Crown National Championship, plus the 31st annual Illinois Sportsman National Dirt Car Sportsman Prelims. That'll be tomorrow, and it will be an early start. Drag your NOS down the road with you. You're going to need it. 7 a.m. pits and registration open. 9 a.m. ticket office and grandstands open. 9:30 a.m. the drivers meeting. Cars on track for the first time tomorrow at 10. They will practice through 11. Qualifying will be at 11:30. We'll have our Silver Crown qualifying race. That'll be at 12:30. And then the feature event will be at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Of course, if you cannot be there live, you can catch it all on FloRacing, the official live online broadcast provider of the United States Auto Club since 2019. The big question on social media, is it on Flo? The answer, yes. So field filing in behind the Toyota Racing Development Pace truck. We let them get a little bit of heat beneath the bonnets, get some heat in the tires before we set them loose. Again, Cody Swanson, he did not set a new track record. He obliterated the previous track record, which he held during qualifying. New track record here, a 30.239 second lap. Toyota Racing Development Pace Truck will begin to speed away. Silver Crown Series, 75 miles the distance here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime! Field around to the front straightaway, immediately attack on the lead, nearly 3 wide as they make their way into turns 1 and 2. It will be the 77 Swanson bringing it down to the bottom side of the racetrack. He will protect the charge and he will protect the lead as they work around onto the back straightaway. The 5 Armstrong quickly up to that second spot. Now, there was a change in the lineup. Bobby Santos III requiring a push on pit lane. That did forfeit that front row. He did have to start at the back of the field as the caution lights will come on. So going into turns 1 and 2, and suddenly it got a little darker. As the front straightaway lights have gone down, crews working on reestablishing our electricity so we can continue on. So 75 miles the distance. It is 60 times around the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Here in the Rankin Technical College Silver Crown Showdown presented by Welsh Heating and Cooling. So once we get things squared away and ready to go back to green, a look at the points coming into tonight's racing action. Again, one of the rare times that the Silver Crown cars are competing back-to-back. Normally you see 2 nights on the schedule. The first night is a practice. The second night is your race. In this case, not only is it back-to-back racing, but it is 2 totally different worlds. You go from the asphalt to the dirt tomorrow. Cody Swanson leads the points coming into tonight. 499 markers earned so far this season. Justin Grant trailing him. Logan Seavey running in 3rd. CJ Leary in 4th. Bobby Santos the 3rd, currently sitting in 5th. Trey Osborne, who will be in action tomorrow. Taylor Ferns, who unfortunately not able to compete here tonight, currently sitting in 7th. Kaylee Bryson in 8th. Kyle Steffens and Greg Corey currently make up the top 10. Talking with Kaylee Bryson a little bit earlier about the feel of the car and everything and going into the corners here and saying it is a handful to get these cars around this 1 1/4 mile oval. Also touching base with Taylor Ferns, unfortunately not able to compete here tonight. Last on track out at Jennerstown, Pennsylvania. And with everything going on with the Indy Next Series running here this weekend, trying to get the car turned around, then also problems, her crew chief breaking his foot. So they were just not able to get the car turned around and ready in time to compete here this weekend.
Well, Brian, I've been monitoring Justin Grant's radio, and fun fact, Dylan Welch, fresh off pit lane for the NTT IndyCar Series on Peacock. He is actually atop the roof for Justin Grant as a spotter. This was a pretty late deal that got put together earlier today, but the one thing that Dylan Welch and Justin Grant have on the radio is banter. And Dylan Welch, we know he's very good at reporting, no doubt about that, but quite the spotter. He's had some experience in NASCAR actually spotting as well. So good to hear Dylan Welch on Justin Grant's radio, and Justin actually relayed back to Dylan and the team and said, well, the front stretch isn't this bad. Honestly, we can see. And so Justin Grant, you can imagine he's very antsy to get this race back going, but at least from the 91's perspective, Brian, the track seems pretty lit to him.
So a complete restart coming up for these drivers as, again, a change on the lineup. Bobby Santos, who the car did not take off on its own, so they did have to get a push on the car, and unfortunately that did send him to the tail end of the lineup, so he will have to try to fight his way through the field. Santos, who had stripped Cody Swanson of the track record during qualifying, only for Swanson to come back and take it back from him out of Franklin, Massachusetts. He is the only driver with a pair of wins here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway in Silver Crown competition, doing so in 2013 and 2014. In 4 starts at this event, the 2 wins go with an 11th place in 2022 and a runner-up finish last year. Talked earlier, a lot of pavement wing sprint car and pavement sprint car competition this season. 3 times a winner with a must-see series out at Berlin, Lancaster, and Sandusky. With the 500 Sprint Tour going to victory lane at Anderson, one of his biggest wins of the year, $10,000 in Colorado. That was a wing pavement race on July 7th. Making his 79th career start, he has a dozen wins, 52 top 5s, and 59 top 10 finishes behind the wheel of that Brown & Miller Racing Solutions Speedway Chevrolet Beast number 98. Of course, Swanson making career start number 148. 52 times now an Honest Abe Roofing Quick Qualifier. With 44 wins, 102 top 5s, and 111 top 10 career finishes in USAC Silver Crown competition. Driver moving up to the outside of that front row when we took the initial green was C.J. Leary. So we're continuing, and they will bring the field down onto pit lane. Again, when we get back to green flag racing, it will be a complete restart for these drivers. So wave of the flag from the flag stand, and that will indicate to crews that they can make their way out to the cars. So as the crews tend to the cars right quick, we will step away here on the FloRacing broadcast, and we'll be back to the Worldwide Technology Raceway in tonight's presentation of the USAC Silver Crown Champ Car Series.
'Tis the season for USAC Champ Cars on the Dirt Miles. The USAC Silver Crown Series throttles into the Springfield Mile at the Illinois State Fairgrounds on Saturday, August 17th. It's the 61st running of the Bentonhausen 100 with a driver lineup featuring defending champion Logan Seavey, plus past Springfield Masters Cody Swanson, Justin Grant, Shane Cockrum, Russ Gamester, and many more. Pits open at 7 a.m. Central, front gates at 9, practice at 10, and qualifying at 11:30, followed by the last chance qualifiers and the 100-lap finale at 2 p.m. Grab your tickets now at trackenterprises.com or at the gate on race day. USAC Silver Crown at the Illinois State Fair. Don't miss it. Don't even be late.
Whatever you drive, however you drive. AMSOIL specially engineers lubricants to maximize power, performance, and protection in your vehicles, so you can work hard and play hard with confidence. Order online at amsoil.com.
Did we help someone today, Daddy?
Yeah, kiddo. We did.
Race fans, use code RACE for 10% off of a full roof replacement from our executive collection.
Welcome to our world. A world of dirt, drift, and dodging fate. A world where all of motorsport collides. A world of digging deep, of grit, glory, and bitter defeat. Inhabited by the strong, the fearless, the barely sane. Welcome to our world. Welcome to the world of NOS.
Bring on the punishment. Steel-It polyurethane coating is proven protection. The pure stainless steel microflake formulation shields against corrosion and the toughest environments. Use Steel-It on any metal part, chassis, suspension components, arms, and more. On-road, off-road, no road, Steel-It doesn't care. And maintenance is a breeze. Steel-It's easy to touch up, and the steel, gray, charcoal, and black are weldable. No need to remove the coating to repair parts. Follow your adventure wherever it may lead.
It's hard to contain your excitement when you get something you've really wanted. Like the gold standard in automotive protection, WeatherTech floor liners. With deep sculpted channels and laser measured for total protection in the front, back, and even up the sides.
Dad, you're going viral.
What? WeatherTech me.
So don't be shy, enjoy. Order your premium American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
It's time to lay the smackdown at Kokomo for 30 grand. Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cars Sprint Car Smackdown 13 is the pinnacle of an action-packed summer in Indiana's Kokomo Speedway. 3 straight nights of high horsepower, high intensity, and high stakes action. Greet USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship competitors on August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, where a massive field will be shooting for $30,000 to win. It's also the opening round of the second edition of the NOS Energy Drink Hoosier Trifecta, which could ultimately net a driver a $100,000 reward. Advanced 3-day passes for SmackDown are on sale now. For more info, visit KokomoSpeedway.net and USACRacing.com. 3 big nights at Indiana's baddest bull ring, August 22nd through the 24th. Bring it on.
Welcome back to USAC on Flow's live coverage of USAC Silver Crown action at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And Brian, we've talked about it all day. This is one of the fastest, nay, the fastest track we'll see all season long across all 3 USAC national divisions, and teams have taken that into account. What we normally see here at Gateway is a lot of ingenuity going on. I'm going to show you the 3 cars, second, third, and fourth. Check it out on CJ Leary's car. He has got left side wheel covers as well on the right. And a lot of these cars also, we'll show you as we go down the line, not only do a couple of them have wheel covers on all 4 sides to kind of help with that air, but check out the little openings here. Not as big as we're used to seeing on a lot of these USAC Silver Crown cars. And the aero pieces, Brian, that's going to be a big difference tonight. We talk about going in excess of 170, 180 miles an hour. There's a lot of ingenuity going on. Dakota Armstrong, another car with all 4 tires, or I should say wheels, covered up by wheel covers. And then Logan Seavey's car is another great example, and they've been getting better and better every year they've come here to Worldwide Technologies Raceway. And same thing, you're going to see not a lot of opening, trying to keep that air out. and try to aerodynamically enhance this race car. And once again, another car with all 4 tires, or wheels, I should say, covered by wheel covers. And Brian, we don't have to worry about packing mud here on the pavement, but certainly a unique sight that we only really get to see at Worldwide Technologies Raceway, where we're talking, again, in excess of 170 and 180 miles an hour down the straights.
So crews continuing to tend to their cars down on pit lane as we work on getting things back in shape to go back to racing action. Again, it will be a complete restart when we do resume here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Again, tonight, the Rankin Technical College Silver Crown Showdown presented by Welsh Heating and Cooling. I want to thank them for their generous support of the Worldwide Technology Raceway and helping to bring the United States Auto Club here to the 1 1/4 mile oval. Don't forget, tomorrow it is the 61st running of the Bentonhausen 100 featuring the USAC Silver Crown National Championship plus the 31st annual Illinois Sportsman National Dirt Car Sportsman Prelims. Mentioned earlier, it is going to be an early one. 7 a.m. is when the pits open. 40 drivers on the roster for tomorrow. Silver Crown practice will hit the track at 10 a.m. We'll have qualifying at 11:30, and then the championship feature event slated for 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Tickets available on race day or by calling the State Fair office at 217-782-1979. You can also call Track Enterprises at 217-764-3200. Couple of different ticket options for tomorrow. Day of tickets, of course, $30 per adult, $10 for children 11 under per day. Infield tickets, $20 for ages 12 and up, $5 for youth ages 6 through 11, and free for kids 5 and under. Of course, you can find all this information when you go to USACRacing.com. The brand new USACRacing.com, the new website launched earlier this week. That has been a work in progress, and Richie working behind the scenes diligently trying to get this site off of the ground, and it is a brand new layout, a brand new look. Everything organized where it should be. A lot more historical data has been added to the website as well. If you go and you look at the driver profiles, you can actually get on there and see how many years they have competed in USAC competition, how many wins per season, how many races per season, their total events entered, their top 5s, top 10s, everything all the way up through 2023. That has all been added to the website. So definitely something you want to check out. And of course, make sure to find us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram as well. course, again, if you can't make it up to Springfield tomorrow, it's about an hour and a half up the road. You can catch it all live on FloRacing. If you're going to stick around tomorrow, of course, the NTT IndyCar Series back here tomorrow for the Bommarito Auto Group 500. Parking lot tomorrow here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway opens at 10 a.m. Gates open at 11. Racing action slated for 5:25 tomorrow. So, plenty of racing action all over, whether you want to come up and join the USAC Silver Crown Series up the road in Springfield, or if you're going to hang around tomorrow, again, you can catch the United States Auto Club tomorrow live on FloRacing. Our USAC chaplain, Tim Spillman, checking in here on the broadcast. Suffered a pretty gnarly accident here a few weeks ago and is continuing to recover from that. Hope to see him back at the track soon. He is checking in on the FloRacing broadcast. So the field refiring. So the field beginning to reassemble in their side-by-side formation. Again, the 77 of Cody Swanson will be on the pole. Now the 6 of CJ Leary again starting the outside of that front row. As I do believe Drake with an update.
Thank you so much, Brian. And obviously, Bobby Santos scheduled to start from the outside of the front row here in tonight's 60-lap feature event. And I talked to the team during that open red flag, and they said, well, we just don't know what happened. The car pulled away and then it stalled, and weren't still 100% sure of the reason. And it's of note during this open red when they were firing back off, a lot of the teams opted to use the starter. Bobby Santos already at the back of the field. They opted to use a push from one of the push trucks. But it's going to be fun to see what Bobby Santos III can do starting from pretty much shotgun on the field here in this one, Brian.
Indeed, thank you very much. Just about ready to go back to green flag racing. So let's try it again. Caution lights go dark. Again, Swanson, Leary on your front row. Armstrong, then Seavey. Bryson, then Grant. Bird, then Klauser. Hamilton Jr., then Steffens. Lawson, then Gossel. Corey, Berkheimer, Moore, and now Santos lining up at the tail end of the field. Toyota Racing Development pace truck cleared from the racing surface. In 75 miles, 60 laps around the Worldwide Technology Raceway. So the field set to try it again. It is the big, the brave, and the bold here with the USAC Silver Crown Series and the Rankin Technical College Silver Crown Showdown presented by Welsh Heating and Cooling. Back off of turn number 4, we go to green. And once again, the 5 going to jump down to the inside. This time going to get a better run off of turn number 4 as they streak into turns 1 and 2. It will be the 5 of Dakota Armstrong taking off with the race lead. Cody Swanson going to give chase onto the back straightaway. So the first start, he was right there. The second start, he was all over it. The Newcastle, Indiana driver going to jump out to the early advantage as they will take off into turns 3 and 4. At speed around to the front straightaway here on lap number 1. Armstrong going to lead the way. The Ameristem Crop Performance, Armstrong Farm Stand Chevrolet Beast number 5. Swanson currently running in second. CJ Leary in pursuit of him in that third spot. Leary might have some company here as he's got Logan Seavey tucking in on his back bumper as he will use the draft to pull him onto the back straightaway. Chasing them is going to be Kaylee Bryson. Bryson in that number 26 machine will close up on the 22. The draft bringing her right there within a couple of car lengths. Likewise, she's going to be challenged to the outside by the 40 of Nathan Bird. Bird took a peek, wasn't quite enough there. He's going to bring it back into the tire tracks of Bryson as they work around to the front straightaway. As Dakota Armstrong pulls it out to a little over a half a second, 0.574. The difference between Armstrong and Swanson. Cody trying to close that gap as they work onto the back straightaway. The key getting close enough here to try to slip into that draft and really close up in a hurry, see if he can pull them along as they work into turns 3 and 4. Again, this track, very unique shape. Turns 1 and 2, very different from turns 1 and 4. In the description of the track, turns 1 and 2, more like New Hampshire. Turns 3 and 4, more like Phoenix. And the overall shape like that of Darlington. This oval constructed in 1998. The facility started in 1967 as a drag racing facility. As Armstrong actually that time able to put a little bit of distance back between himself and Swanson, adding another 10 to there. Looking back, you got Bryson, you got Bird, you got Grantall right there. As we'll see what the NOS Energy Himmelgarn number 91 can do. In front of him, the 40 going to get a big run to the inside of turn number 3. And Nathan Bird going to jump up and take over the 5th spot here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Bryson back into his tire tracks. Able to drive the car about 10, 20 foot deeper into the turn. Utilize the draft and slingshot pass there as they work through the turns 3 and 4. Now here comes Grant looking down to the inside. Not able to get the run to the front straightaway. He will tuck it back up behind the number 26. Leading that train right now in the third spot is going to be CJ Leary. Leary trailing your leader by 2.17 seconds. Trailing second by 1.422 right now. As Dakota Armstrong continues to lead. He'll come around to click off lap number 5. Cody Swanson continuing to chase, continuing to lose ground as CJ Leary runs in third. Logan Seavey running in fourth, Nathan Bird in fifth, Kaylee Bryson at 6, Justin Grant in 7th, Davey Hamilton Jr., winner here 1 year ago, currently sitting in the 8th spot. Mario Klauser running in 9th. Bobby Santos has made his way back into the top 10. Kyle Steffens running in 11th, Brian Gossel in 12th, Patrick Lawson in 13th, Greg Corey, Nathan Moore, and Dave Berkheimer currently running out your running order. The fight from third on back continues to tighten here. As again, you've got Leary leading that charge. Last year led 6 laps in this event before the fuel pump backed out on that Klatt Enterprises Beast number 6 machine. Happy with the car so far tonight as he rides in that third spot still early on in this one with 6 laps completed. Dakota Armstrong continuing to lead. His advantage now 1.140 seconds. As the field working through turns 3 and 4. Again, he set a torrid pace early here. Dakota Armstrong picked up his first career Silver Crown win June 21st up at Madison. Other win on the season with a 500 Sprint Tour at Anderson. That was on April 14th. His 11th career start here with the series. He has 1 win, 2 top 5s, and 7 top 10 finishes. One other start at this facility coming last year. Finished 10th after qualifying 13th. It's already a better qualifying effort for tonight. Originally was supposed to start at the outside of run number 2. Ended up starting in the 3rd spot again after Santos, the car, not pulling away under its own power, so did have to get the push, so that did send him to the tail. Nearly 2 seconds now separating your top 2 drivers. CJ Leary continuing to hold on to that 3rd spot. You've got Seavey and Bird still running at your top 5. Bobby Santos in the number 98, trying to pick his way forward, able to work by the 60 of Mario Klauser. That'll be the pass for the 9th spot. as they work onto the back straightaway. Top two drivers on a breakaway. Everybody else nose to tail here as they work their turns 3 and 4. One driver kind of peeking up to the outside. I believe that was Davey Hamilton. Davey Hamilton Jr. trying to get a run to the outside of the speedway through turns 3 and 4. No dice, though, for the number 14. He'll tuck it back in line as they work into turns 1 and 2. Look at the run onto the back straightaway. You got a couple of cars diving down low. Here comes Bryson trying to reclaim the spot here as they work onto the back straightaway. That will be the fight for the 5th position. Not able to take it away as a slower car coming up in front of her. That is Nathan Moore in the 48. He's a lap down to your leader right now as that train of cars starting to break up a little bit here. A couple of gaps starting to form between the 26 of Bryson and the 91 of Justin Grant. Grant has the 14 and Davey Hamilton Jr. in pursuit of him as they work into turns 1 and 2. Chasing them is going to be Bobby Santos. And Santos, the only two-time winner in Silver Crown competition here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Those wins coming in 2013 and 2014. In 4 starts, his other finishes 11th in 2022. Last year finished runner-up in this event. Trying to close in as they work through turns 3 and 4. Does pick up a couple of car links as they work around to the front straightaway. Hamilton might have a little bit of unwanted company here in just a moment. As Santos going to look to the inside. In front of them, you got Grant. He is closed up on the number 26 machine. Now Hamilton going to look to the outside. Boy, Davey up out of the racing groove. Had to back out of it a little bit, and that's going to cost him. Bobby Santos able to overtake as they work onto the back straightaway. He will take over the 8th position. Justin Grant holding on to 7th. Caleb Bryson again trying to get back into the top 5, set sights on the 40 of Nathan Bird, right up on his back bumper, still not able to get the run as they come around to the front straightaway. In front of them, CJ Leary, Logan Seavey starting to distance themselves a little bit from that battle. Both of those drivers just turned their fastest lap of the race at a 32.176 for Leary and a 32.151 for Seavey. Dakota Armstrong leading the way. His best lap time so far in this event, a 31.956. Now coming around, picking up the pace a little bit, a 31.853. Currently the second fastest lap turn to 31.829 by Cody Swanson as he trails the leader by 2.5 seconds right now. Keeping an eye on this battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. About the time the 6 and the 22 had kind of distanced themselves from everybody else. Everybody closing right back up into the drivers talked about that with the draft. It doesn't let you really get too much of an advantage when you're running in traffic. It'll pull you right back up to them. So we'll see just how this plays out as we have 14 laps now completed. Again, 60 the overall distance. Challenge down to the inside once again from the 26 of Bryson. Onto the rumble strips. Oh, my. Car going to dance out from underneath her just a little bit. Does a great job again at back underneath her as she is going to hold on to that 6th position. Justin Grant, though, going to close up quickly. We'll see if he can capitalize on this. They work into turns 3 and 4. Driver chasing him. There's Santos coming back into the frame here. Here comes the 98 as they work into turns 3 and 4 in pursuit. That'll be the battle for the 7th and 8th positions here. If he can close it up a little bit. Davey Hamilton Jr. again a couple laps ago saw him try to the outside. Ended up out of the groove. Had to back out of the throttle. Let the car roll back underneath him. Fell back to the 9th spot. Mario Klauser running at your top 10. Steffens running at 11th. Lawson, Gossel, Corey, Moore, and Berkheimer continue to round out your running order. As onto the back straightaway. Working by the slower machine. Bryson down to the bottom. The 91 had a big run to the outside along with the 98 as they both work into turns 3 and 4. Grant and Santos, neither one able to capitalize here as they work through turns 3 and 4 around to the near side of the speedway. So unchanged so far, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. As I say that now, here comes Grant to the inside. He's got the run and he's got the position. Takes it away from Kaylee Bryson. The Himmelgarn Racing NOS Energy number 91 going to take over the 6th position. Grant, 3rd here 1 year ago, qualified 9th, has 3 overall starts here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. He was 6th in 2016 and 4th in 2022. 2.7 seconds last time. Dakota Armstrong coming around to click off lap number 17. Now his advantage 2.946. So far in pavement competition, Armstrong has been the only one to deny Swanson a victory. So the former race winner with the ARCA Menard Series at Talladega in 2010. Making his way around slower traffic. Nathan Moore going to go a second lap down to your leader. Moore currently running in 15th position as the advantage continues to expand. 2.632 now the difference between your top two drivers. Justin Grant is the driver on the move right now, ducking to the inside of Nathan Bird. The Himmelgarn NOS number 91 going to take the spot away. Grant with a half a dozen wins on the season, the 2020 Silver Crown champion in that Beast Speedway Ford powered number 91. As behind him now the Bird with company from Kaylee Bryson. Bryson right up on the back bumper, now going to duck down to the inside, entering turns 1 and 2. Can't get that line. The 40 able to kind of open up his entry, then dive it down to the bottom side of the speedway, holds on to it. Bobby Santos, a 31.823 last time by. His quickest lap of the race thus far, and the quickest lap of the race out of anybody. 31.823, that is 6 thousandths faster than Cody Swanson so far in this one at a 31.829. But Bobby Santos currently running in the 8th position. Again, trying to claw his way through the field. Oh my. Dancing up the racetrack, and that's going to cost him not 1 but 2 spots. The Birdman flying a little bit too high into turns 1 and 2, and Bryson and Santos both able to make their way by. It'll be Bryson up into 6th. Santos going to work up into 7th. And Nathan Bird